Hello YouTube, and welcome to an announcement video I am very excited to be making today. Uh, Never would I thought this is something I would be doing, but it's something I'm very excited to bring to you guys. Now, as some of you may or may not know, I got my start into competitive draft league about a year ago, and it was my very first introduction to competitive bonds at all. Now, getting into draft leagues is very hard. It's a very different meta from the OU or Monotype or any other metagame you've been playing, and it is so much fun. And it's a shame, honestly, it really is a shame that not as many people cover it as I think could or should. But I know that there are a lot of people where I was, where you really want to get into a draft league, but you don't know where to find one, or what you're supposed to do if you even get in one. There's a lot of pressure to compete well. Say you were a top ladder player and now you gotta come to draft league and expect to pick it up. It's a completely different metagame. It is wildly different, which is why I am very excited to present to you the FLI, which stands for Fun League Invitational, which is going to be hosted in Chromatic League. I'm going to read a little bit here, but first I'm going to talk about what the league is trying to accomplish, right? It's meant to be an opportunity for newer players or more experienced players who don't understand this new metagame, since there's going to be new metagames rolling out since the beginning of Generation 8 with the DLC and everything happening. It's a way for people to experiment, get their feet wet, see if they like draft league or not, in an environment that's not overly competitive or too stressful. A lot of people will come in and feel like they need to have this extra pressure to compete well, or whatever. But it's not focused on that here. Here, we're focused on learning the metagame, learning the tier, and really it's about redefining winning. If you can redefine winning to mean learning how to play the tier, learning a new thing, then you're going to be winning whether or not you win or lose the game. And that's really what FLI is focused on. So I'm going to read this right here. For those of you who don't know, SPDL, Chromatic Leaves Draft League, will be moving on. Currently in the semifinals game, the last season of SPDL, hosted by Chromatic, will be over and relocated to LCD. LCD is one of the biggest draft league resource servers out there. I'm going to drop that in the description below. Go ahead, check that out. You have questions, you want to look at mock stuff, you want someone to mock battle you, help you build, or even just hang out and learn from more experienced players, highly recommend that. We're almost at 800 members. I'm an admin there. Orange is the owner, and it's just a really great place to be. But I am proud to present Chromatic League's FLI, or Fun League Invitational. For anyone wondering what that is, FLI will be Chromatic League's draft league and off-season sister league to the SPDL. This is me going over the specifics right here, which we will cover right now. We will be using points over tiers as to mimic SPDL and prepare for the newer draft league players in the increasingly popular point style draft league. So before, quote unquote history lesson, to an extent, point style draft leagues were used all the time a while ago. Then tiers kind of got popular, but now I'm seeing a lot of popular leagues shift back to points, like IGL, SPDL, obviously, and other leagues. I know that for a fact. The Kraken Cup or the Draft Classic, they went to points. Just a lot of leagues in general shifting back to points. I think the APA is doing it. I'm not 100% sure. This will either be a 12-man draft with one pool or a 16-man draft with dual divisions, separate pools. This can change depending on the response we have. I'm going to try to fit as many people as I can in this league, as many as manageable. I'm going to take on as many admins I think as I can. I'd like to keep it as small as possible, the admin team, but I will be shifting and moving around if I get the response and more people obviously want to join. This will be NatDeck's DLC 2 draft league with no Z moves. This will give us a chance to test out the upcoming changes to the metagame before more competitive leagues open up. More competitive leagues. This is just to, obviously, like it says there, a lot of new leagues, especially with this new DLC coming out, are going to want to implement the changes to the DLC moves and everything. And we feel that we're going to get ahead of that, and we're going to prepare people in an environment where you can test out other things that you might not be too sure on, and let them play around with that. Each team will be required to draft at least 10 Pokemon. More info about the draft later. Once I get enough people, I'm going to make a big announcement about the draft itself and release the doc to the wild. So yeah, that'll be very exciting. I can't wait for that. Most likely will be happening 1 to 2 weeks after SPDL concludes. We are in the semis right now, and that should be wrapping up within 2 weeks. So within a month, people should have the tiers. I should at least have finished the tier shifts and all of that. Because this is going to be DLC 2, the admin team will be running. The admin team running the league will be putting lots of time deciding what will and what will and will not be banned. Rest assured, if we don't measure this for a while, we are working on it. Decisions that are split or cannot be decided upon will be left to league voting. Well, this could very well be a metagame where many draft staples will no longer be here. This is just alluding to the fact that perhaps Tapu Koko gets banned if it has rising voltage. We're going to see. We're testing. To be honest with you, we already did a lot of the testing for our first run. We're going to go back and run through everything again with the new DLC and everything a few times and comb through that. But there are a lot of things that are subject to change within the tiers itself. For instance, like Floatzel's getting flip turn. That's going to affect his tier, so we have a lot of stuff to go through that. Like I said, we've done it once. We're going to have to go through it a few more times and check it out, especially with calcs and everything. There's a lot of stuff to calc and a lot of situations. A lot of things to think about. This last part doesn't matter as much. You won't understand this particularly unless you're joining the server. We have a regular gym challenge as well, with an Elite Four and everything. I was on the Elite Four, but I just stepped down because there was stuff happening. All of that. So, until then, that is all the info I have to give. That is all. Thank you. Now, going here, this is the forms you're gonna have to fill out. This will be in the description, along with a server invite to both LCD, the Coliseum Draft League, which is the not number one yet, but very big, very popular, very good place to find draft resources, along with the Discord 2 Chromatic League, which is where you can come spectate the league now and prepare for this league, get the document early, and all of that stuff. So this is going to be the invite. You're just going to put your Discord user. This is all very self-explanatory. If you don't have a logo, no stress. You don't need one. If you want to make a logo, there are a lot of online editing softwares that I've used in the past. Mine was made on some, online video editing software. And this is a quick peek of, we have obviously not done anything, but this is what the tiers are kind of be looking like. It's going to be a point style draft, and all of that. So that is, I believe, kind of all I wanted to say. Feel free to reach out to me on Discord, DM me anything, any questions you have. This is, remember, obviously it's learning focused lead. I'm gonna have people on deck that you can DM and ask questions, or I'm gonna have a room or something where you can just ask questions about draft league itself, either leading up to it, all the way through the draft, at the end. You're encouraged to ask questions. It's okay not to know. I'm gonna have a lot of people. I'm gonna be reaching out to some people I trust and I know, to help give advice specifically for this league, and really just open the gateway for newer players and less experienced players in this metagame to come through and really see if they enjoy it or not. I personally love Draft League. A lot of people love Draft League. It's very community focused. It's amazing. And I think that is all I have to say. Yeah, go ahead if you have questions. Just like I said, DM me on Discord. This league is being backed obviously by SPDL and Orange in the LCD. And that is it. Goodbye, God bless, and have a great day.